And very excited to be joined on the Raiders Training Camp podcast by our guy, Amari Gainer. And Amari, we were talking before you rolled up here. You're a dude who's played a lot of college football, right? Had a lot of experiences. Obviously, have the experience at Florida State, wrap up at North Carolina. Like, when you look back on kind of the totality of, like, all the college football that you got to play and all the things you learned, like, how valuable was it just to have all those reps, all those games under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, very valuable. Just blessed to be able to be at those two fine institutions at Florida State and North Carolina, and to be able to play, a little bit of everything and show my versatility, be able to play Sam, be able to play Jack, be able to play Mike, be able to play Will, and I mean, it just brought me to, to this stage to be a more holistic linebacker. So, I mean, it's definitely been a blessing to be able to, be at those places and be able to be coached by great coaches and to be able to be here and, show what I can do.
It's interesting, too, where I was kind of thinking about it, where it feels like that's kind of like the new wave, like new age of college, right, is guys who do play a lot, right, especially with the way the transfer rules are now, and you can go have an opportunity here, an opportunity there, depending on, kind of your situation. But, like, that feels like, a few years ago, like, if a guy stayed in college for that extra year, you're like, hang on, like, what's the deal? But now it's like, okay, he's taken another year to get better, to refine his craft, and I kind of like the way that it's trending, that guys stick around a little bit more.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, whenever you can develop and, be your best self, be your best player on the field and off the field, it's always good, to be able to be that veteran guy and, coming in here and now, you're a young guy now. So being able to learn from the guys ahead of me and be able to, soak in all the knowledge that I can to be the best player that I can be.
You certainly have, talk about some of those older guys, those mature guys in this room and on this roster and on this defense. I mean, you look at two guys in Spillane and Divine Diablo, dudes that have, in Robert's case, only been here for a year but made such an impact on this defense, and Divine's been here for a hot minute. Like, from those two guys in particular, what have you been able to kind of take away from their game and the way that they kind of prepare to go about their job?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely, the mental side of it. It's just some things, you only really see it through preparation and through, doing it and being out there. And I mean, always going up to Spill, being, he's a great dude, invites us to his house and stuff, going over special teams, things that, I may have a question on, and just being that guy, vet guy that you can, you can go to, and, he'll be that encouraging factor and just, tell you to go play fast and go have fun out there. So, I mean, it's great to, have veteran guys, in your corner that want you to succeed. So, I mean, it's always good.
How important is that not to have, like you said, just veteran guys that have been there, done that in the league, but like guys that want you to be the best version of yourself? Because you hear sometimes like, hey, everyone's kind of looking over their shoulder, like, hey, we're all competing at the end of the day. But like, how great is it to have guys like Robert and Divine and really that whole room that, like you said, are invested in your success too?
Sure. I mean, it's great because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're competing with yourself. I mean, it's you versus you every day. So, I mean, if you have guys like that are, able to encourage and also being able to be that encouraging factor, like you said, being a veteran guy coming out of college and knowing, how to serve. So being able to serve any way I can and to be able, to just be that guy that can be depended on. So just to stay consistent and to, lean on my training.
Just shifting ahead now to the past couple of preseason games, and obviously we got one more ahead of us on Friday night back at Allegiant. But for you, two really strong performances in those two preseason games on the road against Minnesota, and then back here last week against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, going into that first game for you, like, any nerves at all? Any like, oh man, like shake the cobwebs off? Or are you like, hey man, like let's go and let's go out there and work?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer in, Jesus Christ. I mean, with trust and with faith, there's no fear. So, I mean, for me, it's, to have a clear mind and just to go play fast. And, I mean, I pretty much play the Raiders every day. And, I mean, we have a great offense here. So, I mean, I know if I, builds confidence. So, building confidence during practice helps me to, fly around and play during the games.
Did anything about those two preseason games, not necessarily from like your individual performance, but like did anything about those games and the environment and the speed of the game, like did anything surprise you at all? Because, it, in a lot of senses, right, like you're just a young dude who's getting your first taste of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, no real surprises. I mean, we do a great job preparing ourselves throughout the week, so there will be no surprises, and we know what's coming. So, I mean, our coach do a great job letting us know, what's coming, what's going to work in the game, and the tools that we're going to use. So, I mean, just active communicating and being on par with teammates. And I mean, it makes it easy. You know, we got the big guys up front and the guys behind us, you know, protecting. So I mean, just doing my 111 and you know, helping us win.
You know, one thing that I think is like super cool, and one thing that I'm always like, you know, very, I wouldn't say pleasantly surprised, but I appreciate every year around this time of year, is you look back historically, and the Raiders have such a rich tradition, a rich history of undrafted guys coming in and not only making the team, but contributing on the team, right? And contributing from day one. And you know, you look in your room, a guy like Luke Masterson, right, essentially did just that, kind of went on that journey, a journey that, you know, you're trying to get, you know, go on as well. Like, do you ever chat to Luke about that? About like, hey, man, like, it's a pretty cool thing that you did that I'm also trying to do too?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of chat with everybody. I mean, as far as just getting different mindsets throughout different people, you know, I mean, just going in, knowing, you know, what it was going to take, and it was going to take work. And I mean, that's what I'm built off of, and that's what I'm used to. So never was really used to handouts, so always, you know, would have to go and earn it. So, I mean, that's what I'm excited to do, and go and earn it, and to just go and be the best I can for this team.
You know, it feels like we've been at Allegiant a lot the past week, right? With the open practices and then the game, and now we're back again on Friday night to wrap up the preseason against the 49ers. But from a player perspective, like having those open practices, getting a chance to kind of see the fans and interact with the fans in a different way that's not a game day. Like, did you guys enjoy that?
Yeah, of course. Anytime you can see the Rowdy Raider fans out there in the black hole, you know, getting hyped, it's always a great time, you know, seeing kids out there. And I mean, it's just a great experience, because I mean, I just remember being a kid and, you know, praying for those opportunities just to be out there and see NFL players, you know, run around. So for us to have this, it's amazing, just to be able to have fans out there and supporting us, and it's just another reason to go even harder.
Who were like the posters on your wall as a kid?
The posters on my wall.
No wrong answers here. No wrong answers, Amari.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big college guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of Florida State posters, mainly, you know. Yeah, a lot
That's
of
a good
Florida
one.
State
Yeah.
posters.
And it worked out, right? We get to play at Florida State and kind of get to do the whole thing. So very cool. You know, we talked about kind of the preseason wrapping up here on Friday, and you know, such an important game for so many guys for so many reasons. Like, what do you kind of want to, like, what's your goal going into Friday night as we kind of wrap this thing up?
Yeah, my goal is to win. You know, to come out this preseason with a win and get us kick-started for the regular season. I feel like that's the main goal. A goal that, you know, we have as a team, just to win. I mean, that's our motto, just win. So to be able to communicate and to be able to be the best I can, and to be able to serve my teammates in the best way I can is the ultimate goal, and to be better than I was last week.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you keep, you know, trending the way that you're trending, improving day after day, week after week, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. Well, Amari, we appreciate you hanging out with us, man. It was so nice to finally meet you in person. Best of luck on Friday night, and we'll catch up with you soon, okay?
Yes, sir. See ya. Go Raiders.